Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you had a great time like I have enjoying the last video. Now for today, we're going to share with you some really interesting and cool wines. Wines that have rock tradition, wines that are not the norm, and wines that everyone secretly wants to drink. These are the wines of the wine world that are superstars and wines to impress that pompous wine friend and also to confuse the sommeliers. And these are the hipster wines. Hi.
Could you tell me, is
Yes.
this champagne good for my dinner tonight?
No, you don't want any of this champagne from the big boys. What you want is this. This is a grower champagne. So grower champagnes are small champagne productions by small houses, usually family owned, and they're usually identified by the words RM on the label. RM means Rekutan Manipulang. Alright, so these are usually owned by small houses and families, and they may not be produced every year or every vintage or in very small quantities. So this is the wine that you want to have for your dinner tonight.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Hipster!
Hi, could you help me?
Hi! Oh, it's you again.
Is this white wine good enough for my dinner tonight?
This one? Oh, you don't want any of these run-of-the-mill crisp white wines. What you want is this. Now, this is an orange wine. Okay, so orange wines are wines whose juices have been left to soak and macerate for an extended period of time. Normally, what happens, it happens during hours or days, can drag on to weeks or even months. So this extracts a lot of flavor, color, texture for the wines. So wines like these can have intense and really interesting aromas. They can be sometimes a little bit extreme or even funky. So, are you game for some excitement tonight, or is it going to be just boring old Aunt Sally for wine tonight?
I think I'll try something different tonight.
Alright,
Thank you.
good. Hipster! Alright guys, sometimes you may find yourself in this unfamiliar situation where you're uncertain of the wines to buy, or you're unsure of what the sommelier is saying, whether or not you and the sommelier are in sync. Well, check out our video on Wine Speak on whether or not you and the sommelier are speaking the right thing. Well, sometimes you may also find yourself in this situation where you're unsure of whether the evening is going to be hanging out with people that you do not know, or maybe you're hanging out with some friends or a boss that you cannot afford to make any mistakes. I say leave the hipster wines for another day. Perhaps you can pick a bottle of wine that has a great story or with some relevance to the people of that evening. That might actually be a better choice. So right now, I'm going to introduce to you two more categories of wine for the hipster wine series. Alright, biodynamic wines are basically organic wines with a spiritual angle of practices. For example, preparation 500, where cow manure is stuffed into cow horns and then buried into the soil. Or perhaps preparation 503, where chamomile flowers are sheathed in cow intestines, yes, cow intestines, before being hung in the summer sun to dry, buried over winter in the soil, and then ground into compost before being sprayed all over the vines. This is to ensure that the vines have a lot of vigor and vitality, which enhances the wine's flavors and increases longevity. Asian wines are usually a lot more affordable, but most importantly, they're a whole lot of fun to explore and to enjoy. You could go for several different styles, perhaps a cleaner or drier style, like the Japanese wines, or perhaps wines with higher residual sugars, or RS as we call it in the industry, from these Chinese and Indian wines. Or last but not least, you could also pick something with a lot more exciting herb and spice tones, like wines from Thailand. Well, here are a few exciting wine regions that you can check out. Alright guys, I hope you found some really interesting wines to try in this video. Right, there's a lot of information out there that you can find on these wines, especially on Asian wines, and a lot of these naysayers out there about these wines that are not so good for you and don't buy these wines. But I say, take a leap of faith, get out there, bring a few friends, get a few bottles, and have a good time trying out these wines. I assure you, with some proper research, you will find great quality in these wines for you to try. Well, you know, as they say, you never know how good a wine is until you had some really bad wine. Alright guys, these mark the end of the series of Wine Dymystified by Just Wine Club. So please, like us, share them with your friends on Facebook, and even better, leave us some comments on what you would like to see in the next series and videos to come. Once again, my name is Gerald. I hope you enjoyed the videos as much as I did, drink well, and live better. Cheers.